So if it is in this form, and if this p is a variable, you have to verify the answers. Okay. When verification is being done, you have to put the x value in the parent question. The very question is the test, which might appear in the test, like that. Okay, I'll tell you a trick. If you try to understand this, what is the output will be for this? It will be a positive or negative or zero. Which one is it? This value.
Will it be positive, negative, or zero?
Which one? I mean, the entire answer. When you put it in an absolute value, what is the answer? Because of absolute value,
It will always be positive.
positive. It is obviously not zero, right? There are numbers in between. There is a radical also. So it cannot be zero. So that means the answer is positive here. Okay. And what about this? If you square anything, what is the result actually? If you square any number, random number, is it a positive or negative?
Always positive.
Always positive. But check this. Positive plus positive should be?
Positive.
Can it ever be zero? Equal to zero?
Never.
Never, right? So this is one trick. So the question was what? This was the question. So by looking at the question, sometimes we can judge the answer directly. So the question was like this. X square plus 1 was 1. Yeah, 1. So basically, from here we can say plus x square is a note. So this value is technically it should be greater than or equal to 0, correct?
Yeah.
This entire value has to be greater than or equal to 0, and this value will be
Greater than or equal to 0.
greater than or equal to 0. So the result as a whole should be either greater than or equal to 0. Okay. So since the question says that it is equal to 0, only possibility is 0 plus 0 should be 0. So this number has to be 0 and this number has to be 0. In that case only we have a solution. Come to the next page. See, this is like a bit interesting case. So this was the question. Solving, we got like this is equal to 0. So this is a non-negative plus non-negative again. So non-negative means greater than or equal to 0 or greater than or equal to 0. So the value of this entity will be either 0 or a number which is greater than 0. Same goes for this. The value of this is either 0 or greater than 0. It can never be negative. Both of them can never be negative, correct?
Yes.
Real numbers. Okay, so the result, if it has to be 0, so for result, I'll just type it here. For the result to become 0, all the quantities must be 0 numbers, because 0 plus 0 is equal to 0.
Okay.
So the case is both the quantities which are being added, they individually has to be 0. So quantities simultaneously have to be 0. Good. So you have to write here and, okay, and or concept, right? This has to be 0 and that has to be also 0. Yeah. So what do you get x here?
So the other one doesn't work, so guess to the next solution.
So what do you obtain from this condition? Tell me first.
Which one?
This. This. X is equal to kitna? How much?
X squared
X square
has
is
to
0.
be 0.
X is equal to root 0. Okay. So 0, right?
Yeah.
So this condition says that x is equal to 0. But the previous condition says what? X is equal to so minus 5 by 9, right? So x has to be this and x has to be this was the condition. Clearly they are not the same. Therefore, no common solution. No solution. Fine?
Yeah.
Non-negative quantities. So I'll write it here. Non-negative. How to identify if the quantity is non-negative? Then some examples are, let's say anything, f of x. This will be non-negative, correct? This will be non-negative. The result. So result of this. Whatever you put, y, z, doesn't matter. It has to be non-negative, correct? So next is square of or even powers. And now I'll write square of real numbers. Square of real quantities. Anything square has to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay? Whatever you put here, 2x plus 3, 2x plus 9, 2x square plus 9, anything can be greater than or equal to 0. So 9x plus 5, or if you write, even if you write ax square square, this value as a whole has to be greater than or equal to 0. Okay? This is how you can identify non-negative quantities. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this question. You'll understand this. If x, y, z are real numbers, okay? Are real numbers. Given that x minus 5 by 9 square plus y minus 2z square plus z plus 1 by 3 square is equal to 0. What is the value of x, y, z?
X, Y, Z.
What is this 2 by 3?
Yeah, I'm just looking up at the original.
Okay. So like this. So summation of non-negative quantities, they are all individually 0. That is how you can obtain the result as this result as overall result as 0. So this is the theorem. So these are some.
X is 5 by 9.
So z is 0, y is 0, x is 5 by 9. Okay. So that is the way. Yeah. Yeah. So let's say if there is a question 9x plus 5 plus x square minus 9 is equal to, let's say, minus 9.
Okay.
So minus 5 by 9, right? So you have to write here and. Okay. For quadratic equations, when you are solving, you use x is equal to this or x is equal to this, right?
Yeah.
So and or are important. In the proofs also you might have come across and conjunction.
Can you use this as well? Just asking you.
What? So x is equal to this and 0. X cannot be both. They are not same, right?
Yeah.
Not same. And means common. And means common. Common or intersection between left and right. Minus 5 by 9 and 0. There is no common answer. So therefore, there is no common answer. There is no solution. Okay. No common answer between minus 5 by 9 and 0. So therefore, no solution. So this is the way. If I give this quadratic equation at random, quadratic function. So what is the x-intercept?
Or y-intercept. X-intercept or y-intercept?
Both. How to find intercepts in general. Yeah. So y-intercept is 1, right? Coordinate of the y-intercept is how much? 0, 1. Good.
Yeah, because we're basically saying x is 0.
X is 0. Okay. What is the, let's say, y coordinate of x-intercept? Y coordinate of x-intercept.
Okay. So, and then
0. Good. So x values can be found by using this, by solving this, right? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. One other thing is, okay. So basically for x-intercept, we put y0, and for y-intercept, x is 0. Same, right? So the thing is, okay. See, let us understand what is meant by x-intercept. Okay. X-intercept. X-intercept. Let's say we are solving for x-intercept for this graph. Let's say there was 5x plus, let's say 6. What's the formula? Let's say this is 1. Come to the next one. Y is equal to x square plus 5x plus 6. Y intercept you know. X intercept is, yes, we find by using this method. Okay. See in the graph, I mean, can you see that roots are what? What are the roots? Roots of this quadratic equation.
Oh, okay.
Or the minus 2, correct? Minus. Yeah. If you look carefully, the graph will be something like minus 3 minus 2, right? See, this is x-axis, correct?
Yeah.
The roots are x-intercepts, okay? So the roots which you call the solution's x values are called x-intercepts. This is not just for quadratics, functions in general. Roots means x-intercepts, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So for absolute value equations also it is the same. Functions in general. X-intercept is roots. So now that you understood roots are x-intercept, what does it mean by when you say zeros? Zeros of a function.
So like
Yes. Hmm? No.
this.
Not that zero. So zeros means.
What's the name?
See, zeros means another name for roots.
Oh,
Synonyms. I mean, as far as mathematics is concerned, functions, synonyms. They are roots.
okay.
Zeros.
Okay.
So same. So I'll write it here. So
That's yes.
or roots or x-intercepts, they all mean the same. Or solutions. Okay, they're all synonyms. And
Yeah.
let's say y is equal to given as some 9x plus y, let's say plus 2. And another equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 5. So one linear equation, I mean one system of linear equation, another is absolute value linear equation. Can you guess how to solve this? That's it.
No.
So, but right, not like this, but like this. Yes. Hmm. That's it. Good job. So that is one case. Another case is what? So this was the case.
Okay. So negative 16 over 29 and 14, -14 over 25, plugging into 4x. Okay. So now that we found one variables, do I plug in both cases and then see why, I guess?
Oh, adding that. See, if you compare here only, here the result was negative, right?
Yeah.
But the result in the here was positive.
Yeah, it's gonna be positive.
So basically they do not match. So from here itself, without doing calculations and all, we can eliminate that -14/25 is incorrect.
Yeah. Okay, 5 by times 29. Wait, no, that's not over 5. That's over 29. Okay, Wait. Oh, it needs to be like this section. And then it's 19 times -16.
Okay, I think calculators are allowed, right?
Yeah, they should be. Yeah, this is a bit like interesting because I have to use foil for this
Which
for 19 and 16.
when like this?
Like 19 and 16 and then divide by 29.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
69 is all.
4, 5. So 5, 0. So that's 2, 304.
Wait, 69 is all.
Oh wait, no, that's the negative sign. What am I doing?
See, 69 is all. See, 4 is here. 6 9 are 54. 5 is the 9 1s are 9. So 9 plus 5, 14 that is.
Oh, 14?
16.
Negative 14 plus.
See, another way to look at it is 16 9, right? 16 into 9. Perfect squares they are. So 3 square into 4 square, right?
Yeah.
So 12 square. 3 4s are 3 into 4 ka square. 12 square is directly 144.
Yeah.
Did you understand this method? How did we incorporate exponents concepts?
Yeah. Wait, so what did you exactly use?
So 9
Like,
means 3 square. 16 means perfect square, 4 square. So a power m into b power m is equal to formula is what? Whole power m. I have to put the brackets. Okay. So basically a square into b square means
AB whole square.
ab or whole power 3. So 3 square into 4 square means what? 3 times 4 is how much? I can
12.
directly write 12 square. Correct? I think you know the squares of numbers, correct?
Yeah.
To where? So 144 minus 144. Right here then. So there was plus this, right?
Yeah.
So that's what.
Yeah, this is supposed to be 29. I just thought this here.
Yeah.
So, I guess 289 by 29.
See. Why 289? This was
Wait, no, 1. That's
hmm,
how. Negative.
absolute y. Plus
Plus 2.
mhm. Can you directly tell the answer? What is the fraction here?
So, okay, so 58 over 259
Hmm.
over 29.
That is the right. 59 over 29.
Yes, so that's for one equation. Now the second equation. Okay, so both answers will be positive, basically. Should be positive.
X value was how much?
The x value was negative 16 over 29. Was it 16 by 29?
Mhm.
Yeah, negative.
Height is 157. 145 plus 32.
Wait, 177.
Is this divisible by 3? Can you tell me how?
Yeah.
Because
Divisible by 3. Yes, it can be divisible by 3.
what is the divisibility by 3 condition rule?
Oh, all the numbers have to add to something that can be divisible.
Multiple of 3. So add this, how much is it?
15.
Is a multiple of 3. So that means it is divisible by 3. So do it then.
Okay, this should actually be larger.
Doing it in a test. You might have a guy's letter with you, so this won't take this long. But the process and arithmetic are important. Okay.
Yes.
So that's about that topic. Solve a system of two absolute value equations. Let me check. Okay, let's say if there's a question, come to the next page. Okay.
If 35 by 7, okay. So negative 38 by 7 over 9.
Okay, that is correct only, but there is an error when you go from step this to step this.
The error dividing by wait.
Absolute value of something was negative. What is the answer then?
Yeah, no solution for that.
No solution. Okay. So when we are doing x is equal to p for equations,
P must be must
non-negative.
be non-negative.
Yeah. So this is the assumption. I mean, obviously you can do plus or minus. Okay, plus or minus and find the x values. But when you plug it back,
There will
here it
be
is a negative. Here it will be positive. Verification says that answer is incorrect. But without all of that hassle, we can directly
yeah.
conclude based on our understanding that absolute value cannot be negative. No solution is the direct answer. So bringing like terms together is the key for this question. Let's say there is another question. Scroll down. Let's say 9 times of, let's say 5x plus 3 is equal to, let's say 2 times of 10x plus 6. Try this.
Wait, is this right?
Yep, that is the key. So we can divide by positive numbers. Okay, here we can divide by positive.
Right. Divide by
On here. So here also.
divide by.
What to do now? I'll tell you a trick here. So here, instead of writing it, instead of overwriting or writing it again, what I do is sometimes I just erase this and it becomes negative, put equal to 0 like this.
Yeah.
Same thing, right? So these are some tricks. So you erase this and then you put equal to 0. So it is the same as this coming onto the left side.
Yeah.
We have some shortcuts. Yeah, erase that. Yeah, equal to.
Yeah. Drag and then in 0.
uh, when you are doing it on the notebook, you can use the eraser and erase this and then put equal to 0. So anyway,
Yeah.
now what is the answer? Okay.
Oh yeah. That's like,
It is 0 on the other side. We don't care about this.
yeah. Basically. Basically what I'm trying to
You
show.
can just cross this out like this.
Yeah. I'm just fine.
X is negative 3 over 5. Okay. So these are the some questions. You can verify it and then can check if the answer is correct.